Last Week Was Friday is a podcast launch where four dudes talk about their career stories and how they're going into it, business, tech, entrepreneurship. Warning, this podcast contains explicit language and anything said or done here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Please kindly do not take it personally. It's all for good fun and it's all jokes.
Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home.
Can you shut up,
Only
Musa?
know you love her when you let her go.
Please, you never had one. Please shut the fuck up.
And you let her go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Last Week Was Friday, episode 28, I guess. Thank you for listening to this point. Is it 28 or 29?
Thank God for 20-something.
I don't know why you're happy, Musa. Why are you happy?
That was Brumesco. Guy, I don't know if he's happy or anxiety that's accumulated into semi-madness because, guy, if you see my screen, the amount of tabs are open at the same time.
Welcome. I'm happy. Like, you used to clear your tabs all the time, but now you don't. Like,
No, I mean, like, I still clear my tabs. It's just that I prefer to have different screens, like, open tabs, like, browsers open at the same time. I rather have that than have like 300 things. That thing is just disgusting in my eye. I don't see it as efficient.
My guys say browsers open at the same time.
Prince, what is that? Can you explain?
Very active.
Egorp, I said I'm doing intros today. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Last Week Was Friday, the podcast where four dudes, right, are trying to leave the Matrix. Do you know what the Matrix is? You don't know? That's your business, actually. Google it or go and watch the movie. But we're going to start with intros. I'm your lovely host today, your favorite analyst. Yeah, that's me, Musa Obed. And then over to, my left-hand side, we have the person that claims to be a supreme leader. I don't think it is appropriate because in the eras of supreme leader, had it been he existed, he'll have actually been a slave. He'll have been in the basement somewhere trying to feed the dogs. But anyways, pretense supreme leader, can we hear your voice?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jones, founder, supreme leader, What's Podcasting. Thank you. A round of applause. Thank you.
That's so sad. You asked for the round of applause for yourself. That's sad. And he's coming for himself. Even sadder. Then over down, we have the guy who had to lead a team this week. He had to lead a team of a Nigerian and an Indonesian. Like, this guy is intercontinental, bro. Like, he's intercontinental. Like, he is on both nations, bro. Can you say something, please, to the team lead of the week, Shego David, the guy that bends all the bucks that can be bended?
How far?
Sounds like a voice of a man that is tired. The proof of work.
So it sounds like a finished human being.
Is it post-nose clarity now? Or is that tiredness? I don't even know. But anyways. Then we have finally the guy that made me use my thinking cap this week. He called me to try and solve a problem that has not been solved in the entire human race. He's trying to help myself by thinking about the mechanics of gambling. And not only the mechanics of gambling, guys, the intricacies about how to understand human behavior so as to influence how to do, chance better. So his point of view, like the bottom line and end goal is ensuring that uncertainty is more predictable, such that even a 50.1%, right, is consistent on his formula. But gambling is a good framework to use to think about our problems. And me that's never bet in my life, maybe that's a lie. Me that really bets in my life, right, had to think, I don't bet to guys. I don't get accounts, but
Shut up, guy. Just like you talk more than me. I swear to God.
Anyways, Prisuche, can we hear you? Can you give an introduction? I don't hype you up like this, so better say something relevant.
You go hype me up with gambling as intro. God. For
Yes,
those that
now.
wins, and yeah, I am who I am, and I do what I do. Thank
Oh shit, where Moses Day? Where Burning Bush?
you. Fuck.
If no be
All
that,
right.
I no go deal. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so at this point I think I'll just hand over to the pretense.
Continue.
Okay, actually let me continue.
Yeah, host today's episode, please. I want to sit down on the other side of the table today. Thank you.
Okay, that's cool. Bro, I just with my colleagues will never hear this particular episode because I think let's start off with what we were actually having. Shego, you wanted to say something. You muted your mic. You know, it's a privilege to hear your voice.
The system is far, so I had to unmute.
Guys, this sleep that is worrying.
I'm just moving.
You're just moving. Like, we don't understand this weird language, bro. Like, in English, please.
No energy. Yeah.
So let's do a therapy on Shego for 5 minutes. So Shego, what's making you have low energy?
No energy. No energy.
No energy, not even low.
Sorry. What is making you have no energy?
Work. Too much work.
I feel you. What kind of work did you do this week?
Coding work.
You wrote actual code.
I was going to give another kind of response, but you're nice. Okay, so in the code, what part of code? Because I mean, you're very good in coding. Why does this particular code drain your energy so much that you're at no energy by Friday?
Why is he laughing?
I had to deal with 3 other individuals with.
How does it feel like managing it?
Barriers.
Oh, the guys are back. Your kids are back.
Oh yeah.
Musa's 3 kids are back. That's Helma.
No.
That's I don't know. I only know Helma.
Imani.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, Shego, you were saying.
Yeah, so a team of 3 very different individuals from different parts of the world and different language barriers. Yeah. That's what's up.
Okay. Thanks, Shogo, for that. I think what I'm going to do actually is that like we'll take one person's week and then we'll have a topic. We'll take another person's week and then we'll have a topic. I think let's twist a bit the format.
That's fine. Yeah. So, what's up, little baby? Little human. That's nice.
What do you want to say, man?
Matic.
Say active. Say active.
Yeah.
Say active.
Say active.
Artist.
Active. Oh man, I'm active.
Anyways,
what I want
so
to talk
fine. Oh my God, I want to have a baby girl. Oh no,
no, you don't. You don't have the money.
My testicles. Oh no, my testicles. Go on.
Okay. So I want us to talk about the Trump versus Kamala Harris debates.
Did you guys watch it?
Did you guys even view snippets? I don't know if I'm sure none of you watched the entire thing. But
Prince, did you?
Yeah.
Prince has a lot to say about it. I think he affects him.
Bro, are you in his head? Sina has a lot.
Prince would have a lot to say now.
You
Me,
see,
Prince, what's your opinion?
recently, Egorp, Musa himself known. I have nothing to say about the debate.
ouch. So you guys didn't see it. I didn't see it either.
We can talk about it, Sha. When the thing was happening live, I was watching Black Mirror like a proper gentleman.
What episode were you watching?
I just entered season 3 because apparently Black Mirror has more to tell us about what's happening.
Wow, what kind of prophecy are you prophesying?
What are you
When
talking
Trump and Kamala.
Watch Black Mirror, man, no lie, and that it actually has more to tell us about where the world is going to than the useless debates.
Is this your first time watching Black Mirror?
I've been watching it for the past 2.5 years. I'm quite slow. I'll watch one episode and take 5 months break and watch another episode and take.
Are you serious? Who else here has watched Black Mirror? Musa, have you seen Black Mirror?
Some episodes, guy, that is like a bit disturbing.
Thank
What
you.
season?
Huh?
What
I
season?
think it was season 1. Like I think they blew up after that season 1, in my opinion. But like, I mean, yeah, I watched the one whereby they were like, there was one about dating. I also watched another one whereby like it was like, it was like a simulated, like they put the guy in like a simulated place or something like that. Like all very, very disturbing stuff. Very, very disturbing episodes. I'm like,
Shego, have you seen it? Have you seen Black Mirror?
No, I've not.
I got you must have seen it now. Every time you look at
I've
your
seen
mirror,
every single episode, up to the latest one. I like Black Mirror. I really do.
Okay. I mean, aside
follow
that,
it.
like, you know, if you just look at the mirror, you have watched Black Mirror.
Yeah, you bastard. Yeah, you fucking bastard.
I go standing before the mirror is watching the.
Yeah, you're a fucking bastard. Anyway, I've seen Black Mirror. That's just because I like it. I like according to Prince, it tells you like it paints the picture of what
It doesn't.
it
like-
paints the picture of what reality could be.
Yeah, but the problem I have with it is that it paints so many like, okay, yeah, it's a series. It's like ideas, people that they are going like
Yeah.
on the fringe of being nuts, actually madness and craziness, and they are giving all of these, things. And fine, I understand. But I think perhaps the problem I have with certain kinds of dystopias, right? At the end of the day, are when dystopias like actually lead to dystopias. I don't know if that makes sense.
When it becomes true.
Yeah, like when it becomes true, not necessarily because of the truth of what they are saying, but because of now people pondering on that particular narrative and then causing it to be true. It's like it's setting the agenda in itself instead of the other way around.
Okay, it's setting that particular part in motion by talking about it.
Yeah.
They're talking about the death of your relationship with your partner, and all of a sudden that becomes the future that you guys are living in. The relationship starts dying. Well, let's forget about that. Anyway, so I really like
I have something to say about the Biden and this thing debate. I think
go
that, in my own opinion, Kamala made Harris. I said Kamala made Harris. Kamala actually made Trump look a bit stupid, in my opinion. And what I mean by this is that, like, okay, both of them are extremists, but I think Harris was so conscious of the fact that it was a debate that she had to win and get points from. I only watched about, I think, 20 minutes, more or less. I can't even lie, not the entire thing. And like live, I was watching it live. I think like there's just a nuance when you're watching the two of them, right? It's like watching primary school students or like secondary school students trying to debate. It was so weird in the sense of like the mannerism of Trump and the way like Kamala Harris was like responding, hard trying to obviously put things on like under control and cool, but at the same time, it's like the way she reacts with her face when Trump is making comments and all of that. And I'm like, bruh, I don't know. Debates, I don't know about debates though. But again, debates is just debates. At the end of the day, somebody cannot be good at public speaking or talking and then they execute perfectly. So
What I would say about debate personally is debate is not going to sway anybody's opinions. It might add fire to people that are like in the middle. You know, there are a lot of people to vote for. But
I don't agree, Prince.
what?
Yeah, I believe I believe there are people that are not certain. Like they have an idea
That's
who they want to vote for, they are
it
not
might
certain.
add fire to them. It might add fire and ginger. The result of debates might add fire and ginger to them. But for the vast majority, if the debate is not a sweep like the last one with Biden, I don't see it changing anyone's opinion strongly. This is personal views and
Okay.
personal sentiments I've noticed online. Because people here, like, how will I explain this? When somebody wants something, everything will look like the thing that they are looking for. Because of, if you look at it from a very open view and you listen to what teams are saying, both teams are wrong in a certain way. Some teams are right in some other ways. But generally speaking, these two people don't look like a solution in my eye. Because here you are, you're stuck in one person here that is trying to throw the thing and add matters that don't really matter in a very serious matter like abortion. That was a very serious matter, and it's clear that he was wrong. And then he's trying to sway it to another part. And they have a woman that is literally killing the world economy, US dollar, and causing wars. And so no one is really settling on the big matters, the big issues, which is concerning for me because everyone just wants to win. So how will I explain this? We came from a country that the presidential candidates don't even used to attend debates.
They don't even show.
Bro, guy, that last one was busting my head, bro. When Tinubu said that, like, no, it was
one this thing. Why are we even talking about them when our country, our presidential candidates are never attending debates?
No, because see, to a large extent, there's a way that the American president even affects you as a Nigerian more than your own president.
They talk that you talk, they talk and they go. My president affects me more.
No, obviously, but I'm saying in a way, the actions of the American president affects the Nigerian president too.
It not mean say we go to argue over their debates when we don't get any votes. People are telling me, yo, go and watch the debate. And I say, sure, I get green card. Whether I watch and whether I not watch them, if they go deport you, they go deport you. I suppose there they find job, they find green card, and there they watch debate. So in my opinion, there are things that you can control and things that you cannot control. If you look at the debate and you're worried about your future, my brother, that future that you're worried about will scatter if not the debate. If you personally tie your future and say, if Peter Obi no win, I don't get any future. I am sorry, but for the next 8 years, you're a pauper. You don't have any future. As much as we all supported Peter Obi, I not tie my future with his future. If you like me, no win. Wait till I go do him. So that is the conclusion. Those of you that want to listen to politics on this episode, we'll put clickbait and put the debate on the topic for SEO. But you listen to this
actually, you should put Trump versus Kamala.
Simple. We're going to put that in there and gather out the list.
Egorp, Abi, and Daniel. Trump versus Kamala is the name of this top. Of this episode.
Yeah, and you're worried about Trump and Kamala when you never chop your daily 2K. If you like, no go also reason how to escape the matrix. It is that Kamala go help you come on matrix. They play. People in the US never come on matrix.
Kamala.
Guy,
if you are listening to this podcast and you want to have a better future, don't tie your future with a presidential candidate that you don't know where they are born or you know did there with them. It's like buying stocks of Nvidia when your papa know they come for there. You don't know anything that's happening in the company. You just buy a stock because you used to charge when you hear the company name. You're about to lose all your money.
Are these symptoms of too much Black Mirror? Like,
no. I never even enter Black Mirror on a special episode. I never even enter that. This is the way I think personally. Don't tie your future with any political this thing. And it takes one thing that niggas are.
This is the way you think, and you're adding Black Mirror on top.
No, calm down.
Yeah, like you can think in a way now. I agree with Prince. Like, but this is not so same. Prince,
candidates. Are you playing? What?
Sorry to cut you short there. But Prince, this is not also saying that people should be intentionally politically appetite. Like they should not, engage
politically what?
Political appetite.
Guys, no, allow me to talk that thing twice. I'm not going to talk twice.
They should say I don't agree for power. Egorp say
I pray specify use this as the like 30 seconds.
I said appetite. I did not say appetite. I say appetite. I not add the last thing. Is that not how it's pronounced? Is that not how it's pronounced?
Yes, yes, it's the right thing.
What's the writing? Well, what's the writing? What's the writing?
God. Apathy.
Oh,
Ew.
I'm
Oh.
apathetic.
when you say it in my papa language, be that so we the manager. The manager.
Shego, come and see you.
Maybe Shego is finished. I like Shego like this. Like he cannot say anything about Ife. He's dead. He's a gone
Shego
man.
to roast Ife. Are you whining me? You will raise up from the dead.
He can't raise up from the dead.
Egorp,
He's dead like this. Let him. I was saying, your point of view is actually correct in the sense that like you can't tie your future plans to one political, persona because you feel they will succeed and that will affect you or they will fail. Right, like you still have to do what you have to do regardless of who's in power. However, like it is not also saying people should be political apathy, right? To do not engage with their civil rights, like no votes, not show support for a party or a person that you want to win. Because at the end of the day,
It's
like
not civil rights. It is survival rights, in my opinion. Because if there's somebody that does not have two heads, cannot even. Let me control myself.
Wait. Let me come from my own approach. Because these people are heavily subjective, and I understand what you're saying. My own approach is whether I watch them, whether I rally, whether I wear Make America Great Again, whether I wear blue color, which one, it doesn't matter. First of all, I don't have a vote. My matter right now is green card. Concern anything political. If you like, one will say, this why you support immigrants, this one no support. Where's my voting power? I don't get them. So why am I wasting my energy?
No, but it's about the outcomes and the decisions now. Technically speaking, you're in a better position if Kamala Harris is to win as an immigrant.
To say is that whether I'm in a better position if she wins or not doesn't mean that I should dedicate time to watching her win.
Do you know the picture that this reminds me of? That guy that they're always like, when you're walking empty, when it's time for the applause, everybody don't feel stage up.
But it's the truth now. So if one of them has my interest at heart and I don't have voting power, why the F will I waste my time watching someone that has my interest at heart? Look at Peter Obi. Peter Obi directly correlated to my interest. Why? Because I have a lot of loved ones in Nigeria and his policies were definitely better than Bala Blue. So obviously I can dedicate time following him, supporting, adding hashtags, everything.
Did you vote?
I dare define my way, I beg. Let's say maybe one of the political parties won't find me per se, go give me green card and tell me, then let me know that I will support you. But as of still start right now, it's not worth my time. I mean, I'll watch
If
it.
Tinubu's son could give you green card, you support Tinubu.
Tinubu's son no fit enter America because his father is a criminal.
oh my god. Oh.
Thank you.
Uchim. Guy, my colleagues can't listen to this episode. God, please.
Why? Did they fear them?
No, bro. I mean, it's heavy Yoruba.
And so I'm in the headquarters.
I might be wrong. Please correct me. But I've realized that a lot of Yoruba people actually support Tinubu. It's actually very interesting. I mean, there are a lot of people that are against, but there's just sentiments to Tinubu in a way that, in the sense of oh, he's our guy. There's that still, even there's just still that sentiment of oh, he's still he's one of us kind of feeling. No matter oh, they are Peter Obi, but very the people that are is either they are very very against Tinubu, as in they're like, oh, this guy is this guy is not good at all. But a lot of people are on the he's one of us.
I mean, all those ones.
Anyways, in my own opinion, Robert Kennedy, technically for me, is acting the person that can stabilize all of this madness, in my opinion. Because I think I don't know where Kamala wants to go in this life, but guy, where she's going, the world, there will be friction. Because first of all, I think she would so if you listen to the conversation between Donald Trump and Lex Friedman, right? I listened to that entire conversation. And so I was never really a critic of Trump, honestly. I could care less. I do not have any opinion about the guy, just like how I do not have any opinion about Kamala. But after that, but after that Lex Friedman conversation, I was like, nah, this guy cannot be president. Like, he should not be president. And my opinion is based on the fact that in that call, like in the podcast, he literally told Lex Friedman that if he doesn't win, right, it might be the last elections. Like, what the hell? Like, literally of United States, he said that it might be the last election. I'm like, wait, what? Like, how can somebody that wants to be president of a country be thinking like this? Do you understand?
We've had 1 year now. We have 1 year now. Like, we are talking like you've not seen it before.
Bro, like Nigeria can tarnish and the world will be, pretty fine. But if United States tarnish, it's 3. That's the truth. That's the truth, bro. I beg.
First of all, you overestimate the powers that be. The powers that be are the powers that be, but don't
you underestimate the powers that be.
Musa, I still strongly believe that.
First is first. These threats, the way it was said in Nigeria was threatening. This one sounds like, your different supporters. There are some of the supporters that are very, very like.
People have guns, Egorp. Like,
yes,
as legal rights.
Some of the supporters are.
As legal rights, they have guns.
Because of it goes 2 ways. One way is that it's threatening. They have guns and capital. When I go see something, if this girl win, that is one way. The second way can be to be moving to the minds of those people that are like, this person is going to end the world. If this the war, we are not, and that is the way he has been approaching for a lot of things he has said previously. Things like the world is about to brink of a lot of wars. You get, so you can come from the approach of like there will be no America by next time because of we will no more be global superpower. That is one of the approaches that can mean. And the second approach is that that capital where we storm, we never even storm and where we go storm and where. So I mean, it was a very risky reply that he said, and most likely he not even think through it when he said it, or opposite, he thought through it and he was going to appeal to both sets of people. Who really knows?
There's some statements that he's making that are actually like very like bro, I'm like, a leader of the most powerful nation should not be thinking like this. That's my own opinion.
Of course.
In the past,
it's actually a very extreme way to think because
in the past,
conversation.
Go on.
Me personally, I'm as neutral as I can be because I defined. Person you give me green card to start that conversation. I know you're not.
Like, if you can give me a green card, I
look for money. I look for a job, and I did every time. Why are you supporting? Why do I need to support somebody? The only thing I support is they should stop murdering people in Middle East. That's the only thing I want to support. I don't know who's going to do that, but whoever does it, God help them. I'm tired of killing people. What?
We've had powerful nations arise and die. We've had Rome be one of the most powerful nations. We've had them die. So this is not the first time this happened.
Same Egorp.
That's what they said 2,000 years ago.
Bro, right? This one is different.
What's different? The internet.
Yeah. People have weapons that can destroy what Earth means. Do you know what that means? Like, people have nuclear missiles that can destroy. There has never been a point in human history that human beings had the weapons to eliminate all human beings that existed on Earth. Never. Right now, there are weapons that can clear out about 90% of all the human beings that exist on this Earth. How do you want to compare that to the past?
At least cockroach will survive.
All I can build house for village. Now only once. If you like,
that's a Chinyo Achibewe. Where the clansmen around the community gathered.
No, they Schengen yourself. Build one bungalow for village, so I go feel sleep if word best. Because now our world go better. We person go walk and attack Nigeria. If you go reason them now. The Nigeria will go attack. They know they attack corrupt places. They attack places where they feel loot. No place where army go come, they go loot them.
My joy is that nobody will actually waste any weapon on Nigeria. Like, it's a waste of weapon.
That's what I'm saying. Build us for village, bro. As they build us for village, they find your way. Thank you. Moving on to the next matter. Are we talking about weeks now?
Yeah. So please, you can talk about your week.
Yeah, please, let's hear about your week.
Oh, yeah, no. Is it a week or 2 weeks? It's the same so far. So I found a new gym and I'm proud and happy of that because as you all know, I've moved under a month ago
Disgusting gym,
to
bro.
New York. What I say in this, and yeah, I cannot complain. It's
Musa.
better than this. Yes.
Musa, when you come back to nines, let's start going to gym.
But I won't last.
Wait, is it not?
My
Pause.
guy saying last.
Pause. Hell, wait. Egorp, you say you want to go for the next Olympics and we dared you, and you're waiting for Musa to come back to start going to gym.
Yes.
Do you know the funny thing?
Olympics for Nintendo, you won't go. Abi, which one?
You know the funny thing? Egorp can practice marathon for 1 year. I will come and I'll still win Egorp in long distance.
Are you serious?
That's a deal then. People should bet how much.
See, we're saying this on this podcast. Now, how long should we run? What distance should we run, Musa? Let's set the bet now.
No, he was not set it. The problem is who is running further when he comes. So there's no.
Let's set the date and the guy. Let's set the date and the time, and then let's talk about
Egorp, this December,
yeah.
we are going to run from Apple, right, to Millennium Park. Apple,
Me and you, Abi.
Apple Bridge to Millennium Park.
How long is that?
It's not even long. Probably it's like 10 kilometers or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let me even check on Google Maps.
Apple Bridge to Millennium
So
Park.
both of you should give me money, so I'll hold on to it until the winner wins.
This Igbo man.
Hold it safe and sound. USD, no go send me devalued currency. Shego
My guy said that USD.
The value currency.
currency will not go remain by the time when I won't start the run. Which kind of rubbish with that?
Guys, even it's like, bro, it's what kind of nonsense. It's even like 8.8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. It's even nothing, guy.
It's nothing. Baddest runner. What's that? They run away from problems. They run away from spirituality. They run. Baddest
Okay,
guy.
let me give you distance. People run from airports, Nnamdi Azikiwe airport, and people just keep on running along the airport road. Whoever I give up, now will lose. Because that's the longest road for Abuja. So for Nnamdi Azikiwe, people just keep on running along airport road. If you like, Muna reach.
You know the funny thing? We can actually organize that and like it will be hyped up. Like we can actually literally do a campaign about it. Like
Musa, it could be a podcast thing. Everybody have AirPods and you listen to podcasts.
and we just do 30 collaborations and we're like, who can sustain more? What podcasting guy LWF guys or 30 guys? Obviously, like those guys are gone.
What podcasting will sponsor? We'll buy water. Good. Our team will be there. We'll buy water.
Oh my god. This will be the first time I really call a CEO.
30. 30, who's 30?
These are the
These are the
issues.
issues. These are the issues.
Oh, you people call them 30.
That's the acronym for this. Those are all else we like LWW.
Oh,
Yeah.
we go smoke them now.
We have Musa.
We
and
have Musa. Musa is enough. Everyone will not give up our support.
Shut up your mouth. But it does say please ball and it
Guys,
runs for
football
90 minutes.
no be long distance. So
Egorp, you don't disrespect you.
football is not
It
long
does say
distance.
please ball and it runs for 90 minutes. You get.
No,
Egorp, they ran out my 3 consecutive years of success.
Guy, Musa, that was then. Guy, that was then. Do you know how long? That's like 8 years ago.
God,
Leave that thing. 10 years ago, Musa.
This is what they say when you die, that people forget about your victories. This is what it means.
That was then. Do you know what? I even want to ride my bicycle. Like, I can't beat you out running. I'll ride my bicycle, you run.
I will still win you.
Oh, yeah, nah, let's go. I'll ride my bike. The rules are set. We'll start from Airport Road, right? And they will keep running till somebody gives up. I will build my bicycle and you would let's do the marathon. Let there be an end line. If there's no deadline, we'll just run. Do you want to
And we can go to like Abuja Gates now. City Gates.
from
airport to city gates.
City Gates.
She will go the ride bicycle for that highway. The person no can jam us.
If you concern me, nobody you talk say you want ride bicycle.
Why say we? Who is we?
Hey, bro.
So what
Because
is
the things that like we can have like cars like we have two guys with cars that are following us slowly. Like we'll be out by the edge. Maybe
These things, do they like organize these things with like the federal government or Abuja or something or
No be
whatever?
only federal
we go
government.
find out if they stop us.
Now when you stop you, you go
Abina.
find that now.
I've been now.
The only problem will be driving slowly on that road. That will be the only problem. You get. So
No, but-
airport is too far. You can start from Lube and start running. Lube is not that far. So Lube using along to city gates and then just keep on going to Wuse side and see who stop.
along.
The thing about organizing crowd in Abuja now is that Tinubu government go come think saying they organize protest.
Until people are doing crowd for marathon because they don't really know book. They go say we are the anti-marathon group.
Bro, they'll say these two teenagers ran on behalf. Two youths ran on behalf of Peter Obi to protest.
Guy, you get
That's
Guy,
a bunch of
media is
Fulani
crazy.
brothers running and say we are the anti-marathon group, thinking a marathon is a body that is standing against the government. You go see everything, don't worry.
They don't know say
Nah,
Egorp be fights for in life.
Now me they fight for my life. Guy, you don't underestimate the distance I dey ride with my bike, guy. Like I dey cover like
How many
30
miles?
kilometers.
Don't you feel ashamed? I am an Elijah to your horse.
What do you mean? I should be ashamed that I'm riding bike and you are running. Continue running now. We're both doing endurance kidney here now. I should be ashamed. I have two
Somebody-
bicycles.
You dey use
Yeah,
penny, person dey use
He
car.
will start from Lokoja, logically, and he will start from airports. Yeah.
Prince.
Or you
Do
start
you want to
from
participate in, do you want to participate in murder? Let me ask you that question first. do you want to be called for?
You will start from
When
Union
somebody
Abuja, you
dies.
start from airports. That sounds more fair. Yes. You start from Union Abuja.
From local Egorp go just ja.
Come on, me.
They're going to just change direction and start going to Ife.
Yeah, if it's fun, I can't follow.
Guy,
I
we
can't.
no get money for kidnap. We no get money for ransom. I beg.
I can't, bro.
If I'm doing that, Tisha, like I have to have security, bro. I have to have guys that are like in car watching me and going. If not, Omo.
Me say we
You
don't
know-
go to be that now.
Eh?
The biggest problem is to buy fuel. Car good day, right? Good day.
No,
Now.
we go find fuel.
The what I today I was pricing scooter. Have you guys seen those scooter? Jesus Prince, we interrupted you
Electric.
about your week. I was electric, no, fuel and electric scooter, all those scooter that I went to Lagos. No, Prince, finish talking your week before I start my jagajatis.
That is all. So I'm currently I traveled for my niece. Who is come now? Your cousin's picking now, your niece. Your cousin's daughter.
Yeah.
Your cousin's daughter. Now,
No. Your
One
cousin
of my
beginning your niece, now your- See,
It's technically we will call it niece in African names, yes.
What
Because
is
we
it?
refer to you as uncle.
But
Technically, she's nothing to you. She's just your cousin's sister. She's just your cousin's
cousin's
daughter.
daughter. And as small as my cousin daughter niece, they came for a 1 year birthday. So I've just been
Can't be
doing.
your cousin's daughter's niece because that's like 3
Hey,
generations.
I say cousin daughter slash niece. Once I say slash out, yeah, all of them I want it.
Maths according to an evil man.
Okay, my cousin's daughter. That sounds weird. My niece, the picky where they ask. Birthday.
Vicky went the house.
I don't know. Love now just finish me with this language. So that is it, Sha. And
Egorp go dey feel among now. He's
Hans Zimmer concert was meant to be today. And
what?
Hans Zimmer.
Zima came
Yes, the
to
concert was in
New York.
today. And I didn't know. And I was living in New York yesterday. So I just saw it. I was like, Haba. So of all the time she had to be born. Why? She could not wait 1 week. Yeah.
She could not wait for me.
I feel sad for the girl, man. I think this is the worst time to be born to humanity.
Why? Because of Hans Zimmer concert.
No, like I like my own personal opinion is that like I feel this is the worst time to have been born in the human race.
No, it's the best time.
Why?
Isn't it? She asked ChatGPT to do
What?
it.
Like what? Like, okay, for me, first of all, for me, I feel like existence in itself is wrong. That's right.
Most of don't start.
Existence in itself is wrong. Like how?
Like I feel like existence is procreational, like human existence is procreational violence. What I mean by that is that like human existence is a violent act. That we become born is a violent act. What does violence mean in this sense? It is violent in the understanding that, first of all, in the action of being born, that is in the literal biological process to which you have to be pushed out. Like, bro, that is effort and force being used. I mean, except from C-section now, but like naturally, that is like force and violence being used to literally take you out. Because technically speaking, you don't want to come out. If your mom never used force, you will never have come out.
You
Like,
want to come out. You
can't come out.
The baby
Your
would want
mom-
to come out. The baby would want to come out.
Yes,
the
but your
reason why
mom
the
needs
baby
to
would want
put
to come
that
out because the
effort.
baby will reposition itself. Like the baby unconsciously reposition itself and prepares itself to come out.
Yeah, but guy, you're not
Everything.
like you're not lollipop. Like somebody needs to push you out. If
This
not,
is
you cannot
effort
come out.
now. It's effort.
Exactly.
It's like, but it is nature in itself. Like nature itself is just
That's
that
what I'm
crow.
saying. It is procreational violence, and
It's not violence.
the violence in nature is in the understanding of inertia, right? So the definition of inertia at the end of the day is that like things are either constant or emotion, and inertia is just that point that you disrupt something that is emotion or you disrupt something that is not emotion. That is inertia. And so in that understanding, we are born based on an act that is naturally against us choosing to come out. Because if you consider how human beings come out, you are forced to come out. Like you are literally forced to be pushed out. If not, you will forever stay in your mother's bed.
Hey, the counter arguments. 6 months before, when they with the knock won't come out to you, they did not want you to come out. Now you force yourself to come out. Because your fathers would have wanted to last as long as possible. But now you jump out. You don't agree and enjoy yourself. Now you're
We can argue.
why now you jump that time? Why they did not force you to come out too? They did not even want you to come out that period, but you did. So now you make the first step move.
That is a flawed argument because there are
It's
some
not a
people
flawed argument too. Now,
No, there are some people that expect children and they want children. So the assumption of your argument is that like everybody that goes through that process does not want to have children.
No, I'm not saying they don't want to have children. I'm saying the moment of the child leaving the man definitely
Even that can, bro. Even that can be considered a violent act because when you logically think about like
It's not a violent act.
when you think about like the process
Reproduction
of
is not a
semen
violent
leaving-
act.
Why are we having this conversation like this? Okay, go ahead, Ego.
Which book did you get this idea from? I'm just curious. Is this Friedrich Nietzsche? Did I say his name up?
He
Bro,
thought
this
about
is my own personal reason, you know.
That I write
Nobody-
that book. Wallah, this
Yes.
thing, I like the idea. Write it in a book. Like no jokes, please.
Musa.
Let's publish before the
Yes.
end.
Here's the thing, eh? I do not believe that recreation itself, like the act
Bro,
of
it's not recreation.
the reproduction, the sexual act of it itself, right? It is not itself violence. It is unstable. You can put
I'm
it
not
that
saying
way.
the sexual act is violence. I'm saying the process to which human life becomes is a violent act. We're talking about
It is not violence. It has a lot of I can't find the word, but it is not violence. It is chaotic. And chaos is not necessarily violence. That is my reason.
Go ahead. So because
Good.
for me, I'm using violence in the understanding of basically in the understanding of inertia. That is what I'm using to understand violence.
You
So of
should
course, like,
replace-
inertia is understood within a chaotic system. I understand that, but I'm saying that the mannerism of inertia within the creation of human beings is quite different in the sense that like objects are not like living things, right? So whereas in objects have no will, they don't have the characteristics of a human being. So there's that elevated nature to which I call it violence, in the same sense that today, if I force you to do something, right, it will be a violent act. What is the monopoly of violence that states use? Like, why are certain states more powerful than other states? And why can certain states like use, like make certain states do something? Like United States can cause Argentina to do something. Because bottom line, the monopoly of violence, that a United States can get into war with you and win you is the underlying realist philosophy that moves things to being. That somebody is stronger than you is the reason why lesser people act. That is the nature of violence of reality. And in that same manner, I'm saying that like when people are born, it is also a violent act because people are not born technically out of will. People are born technically from a violent process.
Okay, you can say psychologically we are not born out of will. Now, if you say violence, I think we should then put violence into a level, right? Like if you say violence, at what level of violence?
I said it now.
Like, I mean, what volume? I think I should use that word. What volume? Is it at a large scale that is primarily destructive or at a very controlled scale? Because how will you define violence as inertia? The moment in which a new part is determined, right? And that part is not the original part. I would suggest you replace the word violence with chaos. Chaos is a more befitting word for this scenario of giving birth and reproduction and coming to this earth. It is chaotic in a sense, meaning different things are happening at different points in time. Violence is...
I don't believe it is chaos. So. Because,
I believe it's chaotic.
The specificity of a sperm hitting an egg, like all the way to the egg maturing in the body, to the like, up to today, doctors cannot explain how human beings become, like within the body. They still have lots of gaps in explaining what happens from sperm to 9 months old. You are ready to be born. There's so much gaps in that, right? So I will not say it is chaotic. And at the end of the day, my own understanding of chaos is lack of data points. Because what at the end of the day is non-chaos, right? Non-chaos to meaning the opposite of chaos. Non-chaos is understanding everything at all points with all perfect understanding. And we can get to knowing all things at all points with all perfect understanding when we have all data points relevant and we can coordinate data points together to know what we are looking at per relative them.
But how can you say you lack data, meaning is the reason why it is chaotic, and with data it is not chaotic?
I'm not saying it's chaotic. I'm just countering your point that I don't think it's chaotic. I actually think it's very specific and coordinated.
It is not very specific, neither is it very coordinated. It is very chaotic because, first of all, the sperm releasing from the penis during coitus, it is a very, very chaotic process. It is slimy, it can be dirty, it can depend on any single thing happening. And then I'm looking
at it from an aesthetic point of view.
No, I'm looking at it both logically, right, psychologically itself, and then even from the physical. Even
the penetration act is a coordinated process. Like why is it that I don't know? Like they give you and the person cannot conceive. Do you understand?
They're like 100 different sperm cells battling for one position. How chaotic can you get? Like that is the beginning of your chaotic life, that you're all battling to get into the egg. That is not an organized.
On the contrary, isn't that the violent act? Which is you can look at it as is a war of many and one.
It is chaos. I don't think it's violence, but maybe it's because chaos and violence associate themselves with each other. They are mostly used in relative terms. That's why this confusion is coming on.
I think I'm pretty clear about what.
I mean, who is next? I beg.
Okay, let me go to my week. Anyway, I believe Musa replaced that word with chaos. But yeah,
no, because like, so let me just tell you how it will sound if I use chaos, right? So it would be existence is procreational chaos. Is what it will sound like. And by existence is procreational chaos, then I'll go ahead and explain that, existence is procreational chaos, right? Because people are forced to come out like without pre-existing, like people are forced to come out without them wanting to come out. Like you come out because you have to come out because somebody else pushed you out. How is that? Like for me, that is more violent than chaos.
Are you saying chaos is another form of violence? Why are you saying it's more violent than chaos?
It's more violent than chaos because the act of bringing you to life was an act that at the end of the day was forced on you. It was forced on you in the understanding that, like, literally, even within the physiological and biological sense of it, you are stuck in a womb. All things being equal, if you are not pushed out, you will remain in the womb. There is that need.
Yourself, no. The baby itself, right? The baby itself is also looking for a way out. It's not going to remain there. These are the things that you don't understand, Musa. So I was talking to a nurse one time. I think we'll end this conversation, not waste time here. So we're having a discussion with some nurses, right? And they were talking about how so many women now in this current age will have problem giving birth because they have a shape that doesn't support easy childbirth, like the Hebrew women, and blah, blah, blah. And in that discussion, they were also talking about like how the baby is willing to come out after a certain period of time. The baby is growing and taking shape to come out, right? That is why the baby itself, right, like is turning their head, kicking you, looking to burst the water. Who bursts the water? Is it you? No, the baby, right? In that state, the
I'm curious.
womb in that, yeah.
What made you, like, every week you tell us about a conversation you had with someone that is questionable for me? The other time you say we have been talking witches. The other week you say I've been talking with this time I'm talking about childbirth, the woman. Egorp, what's going on in your life?
I'm just curious.
How? What? Why? I have not seen friends I talk to. I've never just said them, say, hey, why does the baby want to come out? And what happened to the shape of the how?
It's because it's interesting now. Like, it's interesting to know it. Like, it is just a level of knowledge that I'm happy that I get.
Which trimester is she?
Yes.
Is she in her second trimester? Beware. Tell us. This is a safe
Who?
space. I don't know
Is it
who.
not?
No, the lady you are with, your girl or whatever. How many weeks pregnant is she?
Nah, nigga, please, bro. I'm clean, bro. I'm clean. I have no.
Let's go and get milk.
no,
Wow.
no.
You have to get milk your bicycle and you never came back.
Nah, I knock nobody up, bro. I'm good. I'm a virgin. Thank you. Thank you very much.
No wala.
My guy is a virgin. Anyways, like I like in that sense, it's the logic of people, like, as the baby is born, right, naturally it seems as if like it's fighting to, like, it's taking shape to want to come out, right?
Different things are happening at the same time.
I think that is due to the specificity of the order of it, right? But again, remember my point. My point is that inertia, right? Inertia is this thing will remain as it is until an external force pushes it and it falls down.
But that's not how nature works.
What?
That's not how nature works. Nothing in nature is always alone. Nothing in nature is
what nature works. I'm telling you what, like, is procreational violence. I'm telling you what I'm trying to explain to you, which is basically that, like, a car that is moving. What is the philosophy of inertia? A car that is moving will always stay moving until an external object comes and touches that car. It changes the direction. Yes. That is the external influence. And I'm saying that for this idea of procreational violence, what I'm trying to explain is that human beings in the womb, right? Babies in the womb are in the womb, and they will remain in the womb until the external force of a woman, right, who is agitated and needs to push out that baby. So are you telling me that the baby, without the effort of a woman, can just come out? I'm not talking about C-section now.
The baby without the effort of the woman cannot come out. However, the baby is also making incremental efforts to come out, in the sense that the baby turning over, the baby's leg is first downward and the head is up.
Yeah, but like, there are some children that even at labor, is their leg
that is an abnormality. You can't give birth with your head. You can legit kill the woman if you try it. it is not advisable. They'll just tell you that the baby cannot turn, you should do C-section because you can legit kill the woman. So it's not the woman that turns the baby's head. There are people who do it. Like there are people who, it's almost time, the baby is not turning, they will put their hand inside and turn the baby or there are people who naturally, they are midwives to do that. However, the baby, the biology part of the baby itself turns over the head because it is almost time for him to come out or for her to come out. That is the part. Like the baby
what
itself.
you're saying is that there's a consent in that sense of natural consent that let's do this. That's what you're trying to say.
Yes, it is a mutual thing. The baby is making incremental efforts, right, to come out, but the mother's efforts is the major reason why the baby will be out, because the mother has to push. If the mother does not push, the baby starts dying and the mother starts dying. So it's a two-way thing. It is both the mother and the baby. It is not the mother's efforts that primarily determines whether the baby comes out or not. The baby will not remain
the mother's efforts, because at the end of the day, there's no living baby without a mother that pushes out.
The mother has a primary. The mother has a primary role to play because she has to push, but the baby has a role. The baby itself wants to come out. That's why the baby kicks. That's why the baby busts the water. That's why the baby turns over. That's why the baby start eating the placenta.
I agree. Yes, I agree. Like I agree with this, like your explanation, right? Okay. And at the same time, I think like it is still like connected to the fact of procreational violence, which is again like, okay, in this sense, like you're trying to say that the inertia is not perfect. It's imperfect inertia in the sense that like it's not per se, it's still object. It's still like a baby that is not doing anything. It is a baby that is slowly changing from inertia to what?
The baby is in motion. The baby is in constant motion. Yes.
If the baby is in constant motion, then it's inertia. Inertia is just the fact that there's something is at a state constantly. This
argument will go on for longer. Anyway, how's my week? So, my week I was in Lagos last week. First of all, like everybody knows here, I don't like Lagos, but I was there. I was at the friend's place, which was nice. She fed me well. It was nice. It was just good. Anyway, I went out, saw some people at some events, talked to them. Supposedly had some like brand partnerships. Found out that at an event
was in doubt.
There's no doubt there because I had brand recognition, partnership, and there's one thing I did figure out. I figured out late that like some of these companies want to actually help you. Like what I do most of the time is like how do I say it? When I do partnerships, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's not money. Most times it is value for value. Hey, what do you want to get done? I reach out to them. I can help you do this thing. You help me do this. You help me do that. And mostly that's how it's done, right? Only a few cases where there's money involved. However, I discovered late that, guy, what the fuck are you doing with your face? I discovered late that these companies usually have budgets for some things like, you know that we're not going to pay you X amount for doing this job. However, we can cover your TP to this place. However, we can, cover your feeding in this place. We can cover your accommodation, which are things that I never really, paid attention to, which I learned from. I should ask for. So, kudos to that. I wanted to say something that happened this week. So in Lagos, right, something I noticed is recently most young men. Every single person I saw in this situation was a young man. So I'm not being gender biased. I'm saying most young people, Abby, are either on a scooter or on a bicycle. Now you can classify that you can classify that into like say, there's a financial class to the people that are on scooter on a bicycle. Fine. I don't give a shit.
Why are you trying to make this look fancy? Like, but bro, it is economy.
Musa, I saw scooters a lot to the point that I was asking, there's a lot of people on scooters.
Electric scooters.
Yeah, electric scooter.
Which part of Lagos were you that you saw this?
So The event was at the island. On the island, I saw bicycles everywhere. On the mainland, is bicycles and scooters. Like, I saw more scooters and bicycles on the mainland, but on the island, I saw more bicycles alone, like just bicycles compared to scooters and bicycles, like I did on the mainland. So I was both on the mainland for some
Part of
time and on the
mainland.
island.
Which part of mainland were you seeing those bicycles?
So I stayed at Bariga. I saw the bicycles at Bariga. I was at Ogba. I stayed there for like a week or two. No, for like 4 or 5 days. Bicycles and scooters. I was also at Bagada. The same thing, bicycles and scooters. That's mainland. And then I was in Surulere too, bicycles and scooters. So these places is where I saw most of this. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I was thinking to myself, that like this thing is becoming a norm where like a lot of people are. I tried my best. How much is a scooter? I have a bicycle, so I know the price of one. How much is a scooter? So last year, scooter was 235k or 80k to get a scooter.
Electric scooter. Electric scooter.
No. Fuel scooter. Like, I'm talking about, when I say scooter, I mean
like small bike, like that.
Yes.
Because
Let me-
said Musa, now electric scooter in my mind. I was thinking,
Bro, I was literally thinking, you get.
has good sidewalks on that thing. I like, if you say Abuja, I know Jabi Day, Otaku Day, you can use the electric.
I was even thinking like, because when the last time I went to Lagos, guy, it's even difficult to really think about this guy. You for sure us pictures since you start this
Now
conversation.
small motorbike, now in the cost.
Bro, guy, do you understand?
That's the name that they call him now.
Nah, Uber Eats and Glovo bike, you they call scooter.
Now logistics.
I also got that. So people were telling me they are mostly Glovo. Glovo is the reason why many of these bicycles are everywhere, every scooter. But this kind of scooter, I did see this kind of scooter, but they're not really popular.
But
This
electric
type.
scooter, let me show you what Yes, that's what I thought.
Oh, I've seen this one. I've seen them a lot in Ife, but I didn't see
I was
them a lot.
thinking like, Lagos is very advanced, people are using scooter. Okay, electric. Okay, I thought it was electric.
Like I said, I saw this in Lagos, but it's like maybe once or twice compared to the other ones. The bike keeper calling this scooter.
Oh, cheap. When they off you the first tire,
No joke. It goes high yourself.
Nah, but this thing.
The thing here is like, see,
I
with
can't
one
use
thing
this
I'm
in
noticing.
Lagos, man. You might get killed.
Why will you get killed?
Where will you use it? You can't use it on the road, definitely, because you're a madman on those roads. And there's no sidewalk in Lagos.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. I think you people need to actually look at Nigeria from this point. If something becomes really popular, people adapt to it and people stop looking at it as a special
How does
thing.
that avoid your death?
Let me tell you, it will avoid your death, to be honest. Whether or not Lagos is rough riding, whatever, Lagos has become better when it comes to riding and driving around, to be honest. That's one thing I can tell you. I've gone there and I've moved around there. When I go to Lagos, I move around a lot. Drivers are more obedient to road rules. So in a Uber, I was in the one Uber at the time, and the guy was like, the road was free, and I was like, match am now, guy. And he was like, I know if you match am, see that camera there. They watch me. If I overspeed like this, they could just take my picture. When I want to renew my license, you go see bill where they go give me like this. And if I no pay, they will tell me, they go show me picture, show me dates where I overspeed. So now with those rules there, like the guy himself on his own, there was no last man, nothing on his own. He knows that he cannot overspeed on this highway, even though the highway was free, because if he match him anyhow, when you want to renew your license, they will send email. He said that they will send email to you, like you will see the email. You can go and pay, but if you don't pay that ticket, and you say you want to delay it, when your license expires 4 years, 3 years, 3 years, and you go to any road safety office to do anything legal documents, they will bring us that ticket and you go pay. If you don't pay, you can't do that. And now that's what the problem is. So people are beginning to have sense. They are still very stupid downfoot drivers. But most people have sense.
Nobody overspeed on top scooter. Nobody overspeed.
Now waiting.
Nah, amenities. If the road is
Now
not
waiting,
good
now
for
waiting cooking.
if road is not good for scooter, you cannot ride scooter.
Like what?
It's not 2-lane road that you ride scooter on top. That's what I'm trying to say in the first place.
Bro, Lagos roads are tarred now. They are good now. Like they are mostly tarred. I'm telling you, street roads, they are mostly tarred.
Number of days. And road
It's just too risky.
You see?
Like it's too risky because this scooter is, I think, is max like 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Like if you're going like let's even imagine you're going 25 miles, that is a bit of speed. And you just encounter a pothole.
Because Lagos, they don't really drive too fast most of the time because of traffic. 30 miles per hour is already the average downfall speed.
No, but I say like if you're going on this team, Prince, right? And you don't know that there's pothole maybe in the next 5 meters.
Exactly.
And you just go and hit it. Guy, you fly. And God help
How
you
would
where
you know
you
this
are.
pothole? You will know this pothole. Like, your eyes blind. Like, you can't see. People on bicycle is the same thing. I did not see. People on bicycle can see. If someone can ride bicycle, you can ride this scooter comfortably around Lagos.
Maybe inside your neighborhood for Ikeja. Inside your neighborhood for...
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. But commute to work, I don't see this happening in any time in the future for Lagos.
I see this happening. I see it. It's a very, very clear...
For Abuja, look, Okogoma, he did joke. Maybe na inside Sunnyvale, you feel
The problem with Abuja is that it's too big.
But there are places you can't go with this thing. It's the same logic. You can't go from Gwarimpa to Wuse on top this thing. On top of that road, even good self, because it's not permitted. The road no fit. Things like that. So, I mean, you can always try. Egorp, we don't mind.
I can always try. I can always try.
Live coverage with no insurance.
Now to buy scooter next. I was thinking to myself, and I checked the price. This thing is not expensive. 500k, you have bought one, especially this type, this bike type, and it moves very sweet, swerving like this. Sharp, you got into the wall.
Be Lego.
Bicycle. No. People don't stop bikes like this. They don't. See the bike that they stop is Okada. Like if you see Okada, you will know. Yeah, but they didn't stop all these ones. All these ones, they just look,
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking from experience, I know they didn't stop all these kind of guys.
Did you try to stop them?
No, I've not.
Which experience are you talking about?
The fact that I've seen them pass and I've seen Okada pass and people always stop the Okada, not them. I've seen them park and people come and stop the Okada, not them. So you self, if you see this bike, you know go stop them.
I don't remember last time I stopped bike.
Give out to our Sama first.
I'm telling you, the person.
Shego's week.
Shego, it's true. Let's go to Shego. Shego, how are you?
Shego don't crash, man. I'm sure.
Are you still here, Shego? He's silent.
Doze off. Guy, my week, honestly, I don't know how we are in Friday. Like, there's a speed that days use when you don't even, like when you're just walking and you don't even look at time. Like honestly, it's like I flew from Monday to Friday. That's how I feel right now. But yeah, walk, joke.
Is that overall a good feeling, or is it a good thing or a bad?
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, I like it because I can see closer to salary.
That's true. I define investors or new biscuits. Anyway, for people listening, What's Podcasting is looking for funding. So just so you know,
say how much you want to raise.
To be honest, looking at the numbers, I think we are looking to raise at least 50 million Nigerian naira. Yeah, I will just stop there.
50 million.
50 million Nigerian naira.
Send me a message after this call.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You know, we call me dad.
Is it only 50 million you need?
I think we need 50.
Is it only
we need 50 million. No.
Just
we need 50 million specifically because right now.
So it's because of 50 million that you're talking of it on the podcast. Why didn't you just send me a message?
I'm sorry, Dad.
Hey, no, you messed up.
Please make a key or risk, but they find job.
I suppose add the 50 million request for my prayer request. Adam, space the paper. Make a write out joint. You go fast and pray over your request joint. Oh boy, they don't cast me your child.
You don't cast
me your child. If you hear this podcast and you laugh when they talk this, it don't fire you first of all. Send job my way, I beg.
Oh, I just had to
machine learning, data science, data engineering, quantitative positions. Thank you.
No, but Prince job search is different. Like Prince know they do the same job search with you because when Prince find job now 170K.
You get
you go to hustle 150K in naira. You they hustle for dollars.
It's difference. Anyway, we are looking for money.
Moving on.
Guy, there are some roles that are like 200K. Anyways. When Prince cash out, the kind of cash out like he can literally build his community every quarter. Like he can be building new school in his community every quarter.
So the gambling question that Musa was talking about earlier, I wanted to I would like to hear Shego's view, because only Musa have asked. I wanted to post it on Reddit some days ago. I actually did, but it was blocked from the quant community. So for starters, I'm sure I've explained this before, but for the new listeners, quants.
Hi, it's David, and I'm going to play you a short snippet, or you can call it a really short thriller, into our first ever audio drama from What's Podcasting. She covered his face with his scarf.
Then below, I get into the come up, I don't lose. I just want to go one corner high, make her cry small.
Our students, you don't reach your school. I mean this one, maybe your boss stop again. You don't be student again. Our students.
Hey, we are here.
Oh my god. How long did I sleep for?
It's not for so long. It's fine. I'm also coming down here.
I knew my request was weird. Please forgive me.
Well, yes, actually. It was a bit weird to be honest. But you know what? It's cool, I understand. And you were polite about it, so why not? It's not like all those people that will just doze off on your shoulder.
Thank you. Well, please, can I know your name? What's your name, please?
Amanda. My name is Amanda.
Now, that was just a sneak peek into what to expect. The link to our first ever audio drama for a full season, this is just a pilot. You can find it in the description. It's called Lay Your Head. The name of the podcast itself is Night Food Stories. The idea is to turn interesting stories into audio dramas that you can listen to while eating your night food. With that being said, I'll let you continue the conversation. Check the link in the description. Peace. So, to be honest, guy, Musa,
yeah,
we're going to do that. We're going to do that race. So, to be honest, we're going to do that race.
Egorp, I can be drinking beer. I'll be drinking beer. Like two. I'll hold just 2 beers and be running with you. I'm joking, you guy. No, do you know that I remember that I think you came up. I think you were top 10 in SS3 or something.
I was top 10 in SS3, Musa. I keep saying this to you guys.
I can remember this. No, but I can remember because like I was your dom, so I think you touched the hem of my garment.
Ow.
Fuck you, bro. See, Musa, fuck you. I was top 10. Man. Like I meant it. See, me and what was this guy? Is this guy? He's Yoruba. He's black. No Olanka. He was in Elect. No Anu. He was in Blue House. No Ademi. He was in Blue House. Ileri or something. He was also a smart guy. He was in Technical too.
Blue House. Precious
Blue House. Arinde. Me and Arinde.
You say Arinde. I don't understand.
See, all of us then, we've not finished growth to our height, so all of us were similar heights then. But I was beside Arinde, and we're going, guy. See, I saw Arinde, and the only reason why Arinde passed me is because I stopped. Like at the point that I was walking, it took the grace of God for me to start up again. If I didn't stop,
Wait,
Musa, for seeing me,
the only,
I collect that.
the only reason Messi is the best footballer in the world is because I did not play for Barcelona.
Fuck you, Prince.
The only reason you said both is faster than me is because I did not run in the Olympics. What are you saying?
All I'm saying is that
The only reason Elon Musk is richer than me is because I don't sleep in factory.
All of us were on the same race. The reason why you're not first is because all of us stopped. Me too, I stopped. That's why I was not first. Your logic is flawed, my brother.
Fuck you. Give me all this.
I was actually this close to breaking the world record this morning, but no, I just did not run. Obviously, you stopped that. That's how you know it.
The only reason I not pass that bus is because I did cook Indomie.
I can't know myself. I know which one you cook them. If you be that, my wife can't just cook them.
Prince, you're saying something about your gambling.
It's not gambling, Joe. It's just the thing that is close. Gambling is the word that is closest to what it is. But anyway, this is a question for everyone to ponder about. I actually posted it on the Reddit community and it was taken down because they wanted me to contribute more. And I don't want to give them some wisdom. I just wanted them to give me wisdom. So I was still going to upload it. Now, the question is simple. If you have a coin, you know coins are heads and tails, and the coin has a 55% chance of getting head, like it gets head 55% of the time, how will you bet on it? That's the question. It's quite simple. Our listeners, please comment on any of our platforms if you ever listen to this episode. How will you bet on it? I really want to hear your views because
I think I'll start posting these videos on YouTube. These videos that we make, I'll start posting them on YouTube too. So
I mean, you can't.
I
look like an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
Egorp, what do you? What is the
how
answer?
will I bet on it?
There's no answer. Yes. There's no correct answer. I just want to hear how you think and try to model it. That's all.
Please. Hear how I think. This guy,
You understand the question?
I understand I hear what you said. Now, let me tell you. So I heard the question, but this is what I understand. What's your fucking problem? Why are you laughing? I don't understand what you mean by how will I get on it? Like how much I go put or what? Yeah, Musa, can you just stop fucking stop laughing? Stop laughing, man.
Oh God Almighty!
Thunder will fire you. Prince, this is just between us. What do you mean how will I bet on it? Like how much will I put or what?
What will be?
Please, you know what's making me laugh?
What?
When Prince asked the question, he said, I want to hear how you think. I got went ahead.
What?
Musa, stop. So
what?
This is the question. Add assumptions. It's how you think.
Okay.
It's an open-ended question. How you think is how you think. So let me add assumptions. Let's assume you have 1 million naira. And then you are the one that will tell me how will you bet on it? How will you choose how much you bet on it? How many bets you? Now the assumption is you have 1 million naira. How will you bet? A coin.
When you know that 55% chance of winning the bet on the 1 million.
Yes. How you bet on it? You don't say winning the bet because they might start to look at it as is a binomial problem. There are two possible outcomes, head and tail. It will be head 55% of the chance. How you bet on it? 1 million. It's not one bet, obviously.
I'll put my 1 million. let me tell you what me I would do. I'll take my 1 million and no vet. I will go with my 1 million.
Okay, because 55 is too close.
55%.
Let's say 70% chance is head. How you do it?
70%. I will put half my. I will put half my money.
Okay, thank you. I've gotten my reply.
Thank you.
That is a very bad answer, though. But this is why you should not bet.
Why is it a bad answer? Why is it a bad
It's
answer?
a very bad answer because I can simulate it right now. I have the code right now. I can simulate your reasoning. I literally wrote code to simulate everyone's reasoning just because I'm addicted.
Okay, so
Guy, you know,
now,
wait, based on code, sorry, Egorp, before you continue, like, bro, I was so in data camp, God, because that data, that intermediate Python course that I put 200k on, I don't finish, guy, like, I vexed that last time, because so the last exercise, which was a case study exercise, right, was a probability. So we're trying to code. There's this thing. So so they asked the question was, so you are on top of the Eiffel Tower, you toss a coin, right?
Mhm.
And you want to know, is it like how many times it rotates or flips or something like that, and what it to fall under?
What we learned, yeah, all these type of interview questions, I've dealt with them before. Is there are questions, but that if you don't know, you don't know. Don't even attempt.
That I was floating, Jesus, like,
Yeah,
because
those are
it's
the-
Python. It's not even like normal, like it's not normal reasoning, as in like let me think. It's like I have to code the reasoning, and I have to use a particular syntax to code the reasoning. I'm like, bruh, I'm
Yes.
just trying to get my
That's what I was
certificate.
telling you
Please.
last year that I'm doing quant interviews. That it's not the same as data or this thing, and people are laughing. I said this thing is making me bowed.
Oh,
Guy, imagine of interviews. Not many books and textbooks are found and read for this type of interview question. And guess what? I have never seen one repeating question. All the past questions, they've never repeated questions. Oh my god, that's all I can see. Oh my god.
oh my, that team, man. Like when I like, it's not like the question did not even like. The question was not my frustration. Is the syntax is because the syntax was. So imagine, is that kind of situation by like, oh, the teacher teaches you 1 + 1 in class, and then they do the square root of 2 minus the cube of 34, that kind of thing. That's the kind, like, that's how I saw it. It's like the case study, and I'm like, this nigga, you did not teach me about the syntax of probabilities. Why are you not asking me about syntax of probabilities to code in Python? Like, I'm just trying to protect my 200k. I beg.
I'm trying to protect my 200k. Anyway, boys don't plan. Investment money like this.
You didn't want after you escape, you think I go give you money.
To bet half of your money. Half.
You say what, Prince?
Your final answer is to bet half of your money.
The reason why is like,
Let me put your answer.
is the path to
I made it
success.
easy for you. I gave you 70% chance. So
If I change my answer, right, what does that make me? That makes me.
I'm putting it in my code. I'm going to simulate your answer. So
No.
at percent chance, 1,000.
Share your screen.
Yes, I'm going to. It's on my laptop. So
Okay.
I know you.
Here's the thing.
I just did 70% and half of capital. So
Here's how I think about what you are doing, right? So what it's doing is trying to tell if the person is somebody that is ready to take risk or not.
No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to model people's solutions, if given a thought, for my own twisted reasons. So for this trial here, at 70% chance, betting half of the money was successful. But look at the funny part. If you repeat the bet again, it's not be successful a couple more times. Because
the problem that Prince is actually trying to solve, right, is the problem of probability and uncertainty in itself, which is technically that probability and uncertainty, the logic runs on a long-term basis. That is,
yes.
If you do it multiple times, these are the outcomes. But Prince is trying to say is that, like, if I do it once,
yes,
right, what is the chance if I do it this one time? What will I get? Or if I do it the second time, like, what will I get? He's trying to break the probability problem of probability. That's what he's trying to do.
Yes, so it's a simple problem of, it's not really simple, but it is the problem of let me rephrase it for biology students listening. You have 4 children according to the genetic stuff. AS marry AS, one of your children will be
Chromosome X, chromosome Y.
A. So AS marry AS, one of your children will be SS, but that's not true. It's possible that you will give birth to 10,
all of them can be SS. 4.
Exactly. All of them can be SS, but that's not still flawed. What it means is SS is that 25% chance of having SS, but with 25% chance, your first 200 children can be SS. That doesn't mean that you are cursed. That just means that if you give birth to 25 times 4, if you give birth to 800 children, the remaining will not be SS. So the question here is law of large numbers is as n tends to infinity, it starts to look at the distribution, the underlying distribution. What I'm trying to say is because of it is 1/4, doesn't mean if you give birth to 4 children, one of them will be SS. Because you don't really know at what point n will reach the tends to infinity, at what point the thing will actually follow the distribution. So if something has
just if you don't know the end stem, that's just
yes, you don't know the end stem exactly, and you cannot know the end stem. So I'm trying to figure out how do you reduce the risk of that end stem in law of large numbers and around that this thing, but how do you supposedly eliminate it? Because if you have 70% chance is too easy, but at 55% chance is hard because it's almost like random guess, but it is just a little bit better. So that's what I'm trying to eliminate. Is a problem I'm thinking about. There are so many solutions. Even you can even ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT 7 don't tire for my matter. Which is why I was happy that OpenAI announced something this week that they've released a new version, GPT-01. And GPT-01, the difference is that it actually takes time to think. So
I think this is a good segue to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a very good.
we're actually talking about it before.
Really?
The episode started. Introduction to OpenAI A1 preview.
What we call engineering is when you are thinking with the AI and then it seems to rethink its steps and then the thing is actually having smarter answers. So this AI is literally eliminating the whole process of prompt engineering that I like to call it and making AI actually think more, not just rushing to answer. So I can't wait for me to personally get access so that I can ask you the same question and see whether the answers look improved. That's what
I
I've
don't think it thinks. I don't believe it thinks.
Okay.
Here's why. The reason why I don't believe it thinks, I think is a marketing term being used here, is intentional. They say think because like the GPT we have now, if you say it thinks, people will believe you. If the marketing term used right now is it's thinking, people would believe you.
Egorp, just see that abstractly, like defend what you mean by like what you actually mean.
Guy, like what I'm thinking is thinking right now.
What
is like,
do they define thinking as? Let's start from there. Because you have to understand what somebody is saying before you can refute it.
Okay, here's the thing. The word thinking, right? It is related to
what
human.
What is ChatGPT defining thinking as for their system?
It is just look at. Here's how they say it works. We train this model to spend more time, quote, thinking through problems before they respond. Now, they didn't define what thinking is. Like I said, thinking is an intentional marketing word being used here. That's what I'm saying. Meaning, like, much like a person. Look at what they said. This is from their live documents. I'm just sharing my screen now so that I know that. Where is that thing? Yeah,
but in our episode, I was talking about this now. In our episode where we talk about like AGI and some Altman and what like the paper, right?
Yeah.
This is literally what this guy was saying, that by 2027, at the end of the day, we'll have
be able to think.
Systems that can do AGI, artificial general intelligence, like the work of AI engineers today. By 2027, we'll have those systems that can do it.
Good. I believe my problem is with the word, not the ability. The word thinking. That's where my problem comes from. Meaning, this thing is not thinking. It is rather just is doing its regular algorithmic processing in a much better way. The word, you can say process. You can say we train this model to spend more time processing through problems before they respond. Right? You can say that. And it will not change the fact that it is processing these things. But because they use the word thinking. Thinking is more relatable to human ability to process. Like, for example, something is processing is a word used when you talk about machine, when you talk about like generator, about robots. If you say thinking, it is similar to what human processes, what machines do.
So you
But
just want to separate what a robot does and what a human being does.
no, I believe, like I'm telling you, they use the word thinking here. It's an intentional marketing ploy to make you feel like it's doing something outside processing. It
So
is
what
not.
does
It's
Underlying philosophy is there now, which is essentially that, like,
processing a much better. It is processing at a much better pace and much better. Whatever. It is not
You-
thinking.
No,
Thinking.
the previous GPT versions, what they did was increase the number of parameters being trained and the training
Yes.
data. So what's between this and the 4.0? That is my own question.
Now-
because an improvement and it is not
wait.
improvement.
Remember in our what's his name again? Shopping. Oh boy, what was that? Anyways, that paper I was telling you about, right? Remember one
Yeah.
kitty I said that the guy said, guy, what's the guy's name? Oh my god. Anyways, I'll look for it after I finish talking. Anyways, that guy in our episode where I spoke, we had a debate, the AI debate. That's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
What the guy said was that these models that will be built, right? What was the problem that they faced? The problem that they faced was that they did not have ability to spend time on problems in the same way that human beings spend time on problems, right? Such that if we're solving a mathematical problem, for example, we pass through steps and we think in our head, okay, this follows this, followed by this, followed by this, and then we arrive at a conclusion. Right now, the way it is modeled is a way, like, I mean, not the reasoning one, but the prior ones, especially GPT-4, the way it was modeled was that it kind of only gives you it's like vomits answers to you based on what is already in his head. Like, it literally just gives you like the first thing that comes. So like he now said that if systems and computer models could have the ability like human beings when they have been given problems, in the same way that like, okay, Egorp needs to solve how to like edit an audio, and like he tried all the CapCut measures or whatever software he's using, right, and it did not work. What will he do? Egorp will either go and crash, Egorp will go and play, ride his bicycle or something, because he uses it as a mechanism to like get his mind off it. But he knows that by getting his mind off it, somehow his mind is actually thinking about it or subconsciously, right? It is that same underlying philosophy and mechanism that they're trying to imbibe, or the guy said that will be imbibed into future models. And I think this is what they're trying to do here, whereby like somehow, I don't know, I mean, I don't know like what exactly is behind the code and behind the model itself, but like somehow what they're trying to achieve, somehow what they are trying to achieve at the end of the day is that ability for human beings to have problems in their head and spend time pondering on how, like Prince trying to solve the probability problems. In the future models, I'm guessing that Prince can tell the model, I am having this challenge, I want to break the challenge of probability. And the model maybe will not respond to Prince, right? Or like maybe in the future states, like after 2 weeks, the model will be like, I have come back with a solution to your problem. And come and tell Prince, this is the solution I have found.
Yes, that is what this will do. This is like that Go example with Google DeepMind, where the AI was able to use like a tree model to say, oh, this part leads to this part, so let's not take this part, let's take this part. Oh, I found out that this part later leads to this part, let's not take this. It's like the computer being able to play the game Go and understand all the possible outcomes based on the probability, and then take the one that is most better, right? Now, that's what you said. That's what you're saying, Musa. And that's what this can do. Like I said, my only problem with this is they are intentionally using the word thinking rather than it is processing. Because processing is a machine-related word and thinking is a human-related word. And they want you to believe that it is increased, like they want you to strongly believe something. Like, I don't know what it is.
I don't understand. Why is that disturbing you? Like, it's marketing now. Like, why is it a problem for you? I don't understand.
It is not a problem. It's just a thing that I'm saying. They are intentionally saying thinking to make you think is to make you believe it's something superior than what it is. It's still a machine.
But is it not But is it not? In a way,
it's a machine. At the end of the day,
Again, bringing me back to my point. So it's the problem that you're not comfortable. You're not comfortable with the idea of a machine thinking.
Ego, you know that
Yeah.
the whole idea of machine learning, or let me use deep learning, more specific term, is the idea of trying to model a human brain's thinking ability.
Yes.
The reason neural network and deep neural network work so well is because it actually is like a human being's brain. That was the idea of the design of the computations and hidden layers and all that. I cannot do a crash course on this podcast, but what I can say is it's actually more complex than you make it seem. For example, the reason why we're watching videos and they can carry Donald Trump and Kamala Harris and put them in a porn video together and the thing looks real is simply because of things like GANs, generative autoencoder network waiting, GAN. And the idea is one person is like judge and one person is a lawyer. Like there are two bodies in it, and one of them looks at the real image or a real image and is trying to make a carbon copy, trying to make a counterfeit, and the second one's goal is to say everything is a counterfeit. So they're always arguing. That is why AI keeps getting better every week. You're seeing that more AI just generated this video. It looks like shite. Next 2 weeks, oh boy, this thing are doing well. By next month, you have lost your job. It's because at all times they're always like it's cat and dog kind of fights in the head. That is the reason why all those images are processing like that. So every part of machine and AI is different logic. And it's just logic being modeled. That, like I said, I still stand on my ground of intuition, but thinking is different from intuition. Because you can think on based on the knowledge you have already. And the fact that we know this works is simply because AI, the first reply is not always the best reply. That's why we call it prompt engineer. You can help the team think. You can run through the thing and correct. So you giving the thing and letting the thing go back on the step is you in a way helping it think. And they just eliminated that step to some extent. Now, I have not used it before because obviously I don't want to talk about what I have not used. But from last night to today, I have not been able to play with it yet, and I'm not happy about that at all.
It's not outset because
I got access. What? I said I just got access. I've been trying it all this while. I just got access. Let me ask it in that same question.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
Just got access to what?
1.0. Like I've been trying this morning, and the thing just worked right now. So as you,
I'm looking at our model, the one that we share, Musa, and I can't find any access.
Okay, I just got. Okay, wait, please. Now I also have access to 1.0. Share your prompt. Type the prompt in the chat. I'll ask it the same question, and let's see the results that it gives us.
Okay, so
because if it's actually reasoning,
continue sharing.
If it's actually reasoning, at the end of the day, the thought process should be different.
Musa, share your screen. You have a better internet than me. So
try.
Of course I do.
Try.
That won't be the story for too long. No worry. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I beg. It will be the story for some time.
It won't be story for too long, as in how?
I just continue.
So you just put I want to ask a question. I don't have a definite answer.
Baba, just type it on your computer.
I'm talking from my phone and my laptop. I go take type am. I'll be man send out to you for a message.
Yes. Like just type it on your chat, then send it to me on iMessage.
Just me. Okay. I want to. The reason why I'm asking this, I want to ask a question that does not have a definite answer. Society understands he has to think. You get. Ask a question that doesn't have a definite answer.
Don't give it it doesn't have a definite answer, because I think it's limiting its ability. It's already coming from a framing of
okay, let's just do it. Okay, if you have a biased coin that is head, I'm putting 55%, but in reality I want to put 51%, but that is too high of the time.
Meeting beans and stew. Come on, join me.
No, we're good.
I sent two things because this.
Share your screen now. Share your screen.
What
Musa.
are you saying? I sent it to the chat. So Musa, you can share your screen now.
If you have a bias coin that is head 50% of the time, how will you bet?
Musa,
How will
share
you
your screen.
You get
No.
bet on it too. How you bet on it? Share your screen.
Okay, share entire screen. I don't think my face is
The 1-0 preview is 1-0 1 preview because 0-1 meaning is too fast. I don't mind the speed. 0-1 preview, I beg.
Okay. How will you bet on it?
Yeah. This will be very interesting to see.
But what's in our thinking? To
So
make
see
the
just for 2 seconds.
eh?
What?
Okay, let me read, right?
I just scroll down quickly. I'm trying to look at something.
It thought for 7 seconds. That's crazy.
Caveats and consideration, Kelly's criteria. Because the thing is, I did this on GPT-4 and it gave me almost the same answer. The only difference is it did not really go in depth into the Kelly criteria. And what is annoying me, this may sound weird, but where the thing got this answer from, I've actually read the book. It's one ancient textbook like that actually broke down all these things. So it felt like I was rereading a textbook I've read before, which annoyed me. Yeah, but this is clearly better than the reply I got from GPT-4. I'll not lie.
Musa, try it on GPT-4.
Wait first, let me even read what you're saying. So the prompt is, if you have a bias coin, why did you say bias coin? Why didn't you just say coin?
Jesus, I was just talking with muted. An unbiased coin is the one that is equal now. It's not biased. Everyone has a fair chance. But we all know that Tinubu has the bias of winning the election because it wasn't really a fair election. Things like that.
So if you have a bias coin that is held 55% of the time, how will you bet on it is the prompt.
Yeah.
The response after thinking for 7 seconds. To make the most informed betting decisions with a bias coin that lands heads 55% of the time, you can apply the Kelly criterion. This strategy helps you determine the optimal fraction of your bankroll to wager on each flip to maximize long-term growth while managing risk. Understanding the odds. So probability of heads win, P equals to 0.55. Probability of tails loss, Q equals to 1 minus P, which is equals to 0.45. Payout odds, assuming even money bets, you win $1 for every $1 wagered. Applying the Kelly criterion. The Kelly criterion formula for even money bets is F multiplied, was F asterisk equals to P minus Q. F asterisk is the fraction of your bankroll to bet. P is the probability of winning. Q is the probability of losing. Plugging in the numbers, F asterisk is equals to 0.55 minus 0.45, which is equals to 0.10 or 0.10. This means you should bet 10% of your current bankroll on heads each time.
I was looking for more approaches, but Kelly criterion works. But I wanted more approach. Because the idea of Kelly criterion in the large one is if you copy that same question but and input 51% of the time, the team might give you a different reply for Kelly criterion. You can try it.
But like so it's saying you should only bet 10%
of your bankroll, yes.
Yeah, that's 10% of the money that you have now.
Yes, but that question might be what they mean by the bankroll. The bankroll might be, is it the updated balance or the initial balance? That's one thing you can ask. So what do they mean by bankroll? Is it updated balance or initial balance? You get? To be honest, I was thinking of Kelly criterion before, but the reason I say 55% so people can give me their answer. In reality, I'm thinking of 50.005%. That joke will make
the bankroll. The bankroll in the context of the Kelly criterion refers to your current updated balance after each bet, not your initial balance. This means you should adjust your bet size after each coin flip based on your new total funds. After each bet, your bankroll changes depending on whether you won or lost. If you win, your bankroll increases by the amount you won. If you lose, the bankroll adjusted betting size. You recalculate 10% of your new bankroll to determine the size of your net bet. Example: starting bankroll 100, first bet 10% of 100 equals to 10. Outcome: suppose you win, so your your bank becomes 110. Next bet 10% of 110, 11.
Yeah.
How come you lose this? I mean that that makes sense.
The only problem with Kelly criterion in the long run, is consecutive bad losses, which was the problem. But I will still look over it. You get it's consecutive.
Prince,
I have
if
another assumption, but I'll leave it. What?
if I have 1,000 naira and I want to start sports today, what part?
I know what Prince will say, but I'll allow him answer. I know what Prince will say, but I'll allow him.
What pattern of betting should I take with that 1,000 naira?
Do you want an honest answer or do you want an answer?
I want the honest answer. What do I fucking need with an answer?
Go and buy malt. That 1,000 naira. Then think it. Save yourself time. Make sure it's chill though.
You don't have a statistical method that I can use to bet that money. Oh, so let's say 10k.
That method is to buy the malt and drink half and drink the second half again. What? 10k is to buy a carton of malt.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you, you don't bet when you don't have an edge. It's as simple as that. Now, in the events that you feel you have information and no one has, or you seem to have an edge or you have found an inconsistency in the betting market, what you should do is, first of all, don't what is the word? Don't parlay. Parlay is one of the dumbest things ever thought about by man. In case you don't know, or are bettors in the house, parlay is when you bet plenty all together and you add them together. No man, you go win now. Go throw the other side. No, this thing go win now. The X amount of money that they add, that they times your money if you parlay, is insignificant compared to the amount of risk you're taking on. Is the idea of what is the odds of a coin? No, of a die landing on 6. That is 1/6 bar. But what is the odd of a die landing on 6 after another one landed on 6? It's there from the odds of 2 dice landing on 6. Does that make sense? Because it's sequential bets. So the chance of you losing all your money of when you die and lands on 6 and then when another die and lands on 6, the odds of you losing is way worse than the amount of extra profit you get, even if they're encouraging you. Because most betting companies will be like, oh yeah, if you add this amount of odds, we will give you 2 times your money. We'll give you this. So 1xbet, they are very specialized. So that is all, Sha. If you feel like you have an edge in the market and you know how to bet, then the only way to be successful is to make one bet at a time. You have a chance.
I just think that in the long run, even betting, people that have won in betting tell you not to bet. Like, how can Ronaldo tell you not to play football after he has succeeded in football? Like, you know, go here.
I don't go believe him. It's like people that say they have money and I tell you money is not everything. You're a liar. Can never be. Never.
Betting, let me get about the psychology. Like, okay,
you're far from your mic.
Talk. What?
You're far from your mic.
What do you mean I'm far from my mic?
Your volume was low, but continue talking. I put the ask.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm saying that, like, at the end of the day, when I think about what is actually the action and the behavior happening, right, is the fact that, like, you are putting hope and expectation on a future that might never happen, but still, somehow, you consistently have hope and expectation. And the dilemma is that one day it might happen. And when it happens, it now becomes a basis and a memory point for you to leverage on in the future for your next bet, such that no matter how many losses you feel like, oh, I have won in the past, I might win again sometime in the like. It's so unscientific from a very it's so unscientific, especially when you're doing it unscientifically. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if you are doing it like methodologically, that is, you are actually calculating your bets properly and you're keeping track of like the data of what you're betting on. But most of guys, that's not what they're doing. Guys, they're just doing for the next 2K. Like, they'll put 2K to try and get 5K. That's what a lot of guys are doing. They are betting, like, they're literally betting in the actual sense of the word. And like, that is scary.
Then how about us that are putting in so many hours into a career that we see there's a potential to success?
But the outcomes of that is more sure than betting. Like the probability of success here is greater than the probability of success in betting.
But
When
there
you
are people,
consider
there
the
are people who
population.
have put in a lot of hours. I've never made it. Like they put in hours, they did the right thing, but
Yeah, but
at some
it's
point,
not so much about putting hours, but it's like how are you putting the hours and why? And what is the like path that you are following? If you enter canoe as transport means, talk say you want use road, go Meduguri, but you no go move 1 inch.
no. But the people who bet can argue that the reason why they lost is because they bet on the wrong game. If they had bet on the right game, or if they have observed the statistics from 5 different games, they would have, placed a better bet. And we can argue that the reason why somebody lost in career is because they probably delayed at an opportunity. Will you consider those two scenarios? Prince, this also goes for you. It's very similar or the same.
Repeat the question.
Somebody's betting that.
Non, je vais répéter. Soit des situations, les situations, c'est que.
Musa, calm down. Shut up. I don't know why you're excited today. I don't know.
Non, tranquille. So it's bet, right? Soit les situations que dans tu travailles, soit les opportunités de. Oh man, I don't hook. Sorry, go ahead.
Prince, what I'm saying is that somebody who bets and loses can argue that it's because they did not observe the statistics before making the bets, or they bet on the wrong game, or they should have done something else. Right? Excuse me. But for us as well, if somebody plays a game in a career, not a game, somebody does something in their career and bets that they will make it in their career, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $1 billion, and they don't. There could always be an argument that, the path to success they were on didn't succeed because of they probably be on the wrong path, or they did something wrong on that path, or they delayed at an opportunity. Will you consider somebody who is betting and somebody who is in the career path following the same structure to success? Like, would you say they are both the same, or they are opposite, or they are like doing the same thing?
Well, they are the same thing because of someone that bets on Man U puts their hopes and dreams on the team, but someone that bets on themselves puts it on themselves. It's as simple as that. So the same way somebody will carry all their money and throw it on Nvidia, me, I'd rather carry that money and invest in myself first and get books, go for networking events, up my career. The same thing you're doing, we're all trying to do for our lives. So we're trying to gamble on ourselves and not the market.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, to be honest. The only difference is that if Man U is really about to fail, will you really hear the news? You don't know what happened in the locker room before the match started. You don't know whether this person is really sick or not, whether his wife has cancer or not. You don't know that. You only know what is shown to you as public information. And if you know anything more, it's considered insider trading, illegal. But for your own life, you know everything that happens in your life. So that being said, it's like you have insider information on your life, which gives you an edge in the long run. So if you know you're putting it all into your life, and you have insider information in your life, obviously it should pay out better than investing in something else that you only have public information, given that approach. That is if you know what you're doing, Sha. Good luck.
That's a perfect answer. For people listening, Adeyemi, one of our guys, were in the same dorm together back in FA. Adeyemi just released his first debut single. He has been singing, he has been releasing songs, but none of them has been like out there. But this one is on Spotify. It's called Closer. It's his first song. We're going to play it as an outro here. The link to stream is in the description. Thank you. Kindly listen to Closer from David Osi. That's his stage name, David Osi. But the name in Mama is Dave Osi. I don't know why is he Osi? Why is he not Osi?
Closer. Making me closer.
Anyway, that's that comes to the report. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to check out what's podcasting, recommendation newsletter. I'll lay your head. The audio drama is out. The full season will be coming out before the end of November or December. Peace unto you. Bye.
Sorry, guys. I apologize for my behavior. excitement of 2 weeks of work and overwork and
Shut up.
running to madness.
Down the tree, play the rhythm, make the weather my taste. Candlelights for the night. What you saying, baby? Dinner my place. I think I'm stuck on your iris. Find me, untie me, set me free. I need time and some energy, but darling, we don't need no gravity. Long conversations before we take off, getting comfortable. So bring your nature up to my rages for we wake up. High time, I get my shoelaces tight. I'm getting wine high. My go-to fashion inside, 'cause it's your night, your night. You're coming closer.